In this video, we'll be solving a few more questions from puzzles and distributions. So before you move ahead, if you do not know what is ticks and cross method, or if you're not comfortable with puzzles and distributions, I recommend you to watch the concept video on puzzles and distributions, and then you can come and practice these questions. So without any further delay, let's get started with the first set. And whenever a question is displayed on the screen, pause the video, try solving that set. Once you're done solving, you can resume the video, and I want you guys to repeat that for the remaining sets as well. Now in this question, it is mentioned that in a school, one student each from class 5 to class 11 is randomly picked and asked for his or her career choice. There are total 8 students, and we are given with the names of those 8 students and 8 different career choices, yes, but not necessarily in the same order. And we are given with a couple of statements mentioning student, the class, and what he wants to be. Right. So all we need to do is we need to put these statements into this table. Right. So I'll be making a small table like this with persons in the column. To the right, we have the professions that they want to become, and to the left, we have their corresponding classes. Right. Now, the student who wants to be a hacker is not from class 6. Okay. Done. Manvi is from class 8. So different classes. So Manvi cannot belong to any other class, and no other person belongs to class 8. Done. And does not want to be a doctor. So Manvi does not want to become a doctor. The student from class 10 wants to be a teacher. Done. Surabhi is from class 12. So tick here. So all these should be crosses, and correspondingly these should be crosses as well. And please don't forget to put crosses whenever you find a tick. Surabhi is from class 12th and wants to become a scientist. So Surabhi wants to become a scientist. Done. The student from class 7 does not want to become a doctor nor a lawyer. Okay. Rohan belongs to class 5. Rohan belongs to class 5. Priya is from class 11 and wants to become a lecturer. Done. Kritika wants to become an engineer. Done. But does not belong to class 9 or 6. Jasmine wants to become an architect. And Sneha wants to become a hacker. Done. So we have inserted majority of the statements into this table. We have missed out few. Now let's see how to use these statements. The student who wants to be a hacker is not from class 6. Right. Now who are not from class 6? Sorry, or who is a hacker? Sneha. Right. So she is not from class 6. Done. Manvi is from class 8 and does not want to become a doctor. Done. Class 10 wants to be a teacher. Now, who are not from class 10? Rohan is not from class 10, so cannot be teacher. And Manvi is not from class 10. Manvi does not want to be a teacher, so who should be teacher? What's the student's name? Mallika. Done. So if Mallika is teacher and Mallika wants to become a teacher, right? So she should be studying in class 10. Done. Then what do we have? Surabhi is from class 7 and wants to become a scientist. Okay. Now, who wants to become a doctor? We are left with only one cell, Rohan. Done. Now, who wants to become a lawyer? None other than Manvi. So the right hand side table is complete. Now we need to fill the left hand side part. In order to do that, is there any cell that gets filled by itself? 6. Right. Now who belongs to class 6? It should be Jasmine, because you have crosses in the remaining cells in that column. Done. Then coming to class 9, that has to be Sneha. Now coming to class 7, that has to be Kritika. Done. So the entire table is complete, and now you can answer these 4 questions. So when you start solving questions in the structured way, so by making a table using ticks and cross method, once you fill this table 90%, the remaining 10%, gets filled by itself, right? So let's move to the next set. There are five friends, Gautam, Anik, Rahul, Taib and Bhaskar. Two of them are professors. One is of geography and one of history, and the rest three are electrician, cricketer and civil servant. Two of them live in Delhi and other three live in Chennai, Bangalore and Mumbai. Two of them are married and one of them is divorced. Anik belongs to the same city as the history professor. Both married friends belong to neither from Mumbai nor from Delhi. One who is from Mumbai is a divorced man. Gautam is a cricketer. Bhaskar is a professor, neither from Bangalore nor from Mumbai. The one who is civil servant is not from Delhi. Rahul is a married geography professor and from neither Mumbai nor Bangalore. Cricketer is not divorced. Right. So in order to solve this set, I'll be making a small table like this. So we have these five people, the cities that they belong to, and to the right hand side, their professions. You have two people living in Delhi and one in the remaining other cities. Two of them are married and one of them is divorced. Now A belongs to the same city as a history professor. So A should be from Delhi. Done. So if A is from Delhi, you cannot have A belonging to any other city. Now we cannot keep crosses in the remaining four cells, right? Because you need to have one more tick here because you have two persons belonging to Delhi. Done. Both married friends belong neither from Mumbai nor from Delhi. Now one who is from Mumbai is a divorced man. G is a cricketer. So G is a cricketer. So we have five persons belonging to five different professions. So these could be crosses. B is a professor neither from Bangalore nor from Mumbai. Right. So B is a professor. So he can be geography professor or history professor. We do not know. So neither who's that? Electrician nor civil servant. And he is neither from Bangalore nor from Mumbai. The one who is civil servant is not from Delhi. So A cannot be the civil servant. Rahul is a married geography professor. Now Rahul is a married geography professor. Done. And from neither Mumbai nor Bangalore. Cricketer is not divorced. Okay. Now let's look at the statements once again. Two of them live in Delhi and the other three live in Chennai, Bangalore and Mumbai. Two of them are married and one of them is divorced. A belongs to the same city as history professor. Right. So R does not belong to Delhi because R is not the history professor. R is geography professor. So R is from Chennai. Done. Now who belongs to Delhi? If you see B is not from Mumbai, neither Bangalore nor Chennai. Right. So B should be from Delhi. Done. So you already have two persons from Delhi. And what is B's profession? History professor. Done. Then what is the profession of A? A should be electrician. Done. And T has to be the civil servant. So the right hand side part of the table is complete. Now coming to left hand side part. Now is there any mention of Mumbai? One who is from Mumbai is a divorced man and cricketer is not divorced. So if cricketer G is not divorced, he cannot be from Mumbai. Right. So G is from Bangalore and T is from Mumbai. And this completes the set. So once you make the table in a structured way using ticks and cross method, if you had solved 90%, that remaining 10% will get solved by itself. Now coming to the third set. 5 tennis singles matches are to be played between 10 students of universities X and Y. Those 10 students are I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q and R. 5 of them belong to University X and the other 5 belong to University Y. Every student will play a match. No two students of the same university will play against each other. And we are given with a couple of statements, and this set cannot be solved efficiently using ticks and cross method. So, right, so in order to solve this set, right, so we have to put this information onto paper in the most efficient way. Now let's see how. So 5 tennis singles matches are to be played. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, right? Now we have 10 students belonging to two different universities X and Y. Now M will play the fourth match. So M plays this match. And in every match you have two persons playing. And those two should be from two different colleges. Right? Because no two students of the same university will play against each other. Now two matches will be played between the matches of I and R. Now we do not have I, we do not have R. Now let's come to this statement later. O will not play against K. Okay. L will play the last match. So you have L playing the last match. P and R belong to same university. J belongs to university Y. Q and P will play against each other. K will play the match immediately after N and they are not from the same university. M and I belong to same university. So you cannot have I here. And I will not play against L. So you cannot have I here. L and R are from the same university. Okay. And there is a statement mentioning I. Where is that? The second statement. Two matches will be played between the matches of I and R. Now you cannot have I in any of these two places. I can have I here, leave 2, and this should be R. One possibility. Or I can have I here, leave 2, and you can have match between L and R. Then what? L and R are from the same university. So if that's the case, there cannot be a match between L and R. So this is not possible. So you have only one possible arrangement. Okay, and we also have seen Q and P will play against each other, right? So you can have P and Q playing against each other here, or I, P, Q, M, R, and L. And then K will play the match immediately after N. Now, can we have N here? No, because one of these two should be K. You cannot have N here. Can we have N here? No, not possible, because one of these two should be K. And you cannot have N here. You cannot have N here. So that means this is not possible. Whereas here, can we have N here? Yes. If N is here, this should be K. Can we have N here? No. Because if N is here, one of these two should be K. And you cannot have N here. So the only possibility is N being here and this being K. Done. And is there any statement mentioning K? O will not play against K. So you cannot have O here. So O should be here. And we are left with I, J. Right. So this should be J. And it is also mentioned that J belongs to university Y. So J belongs to Y. So if J belongs to Y, you cannot have K belonging to the same university. So K belongs to X. K will play the match immediately after N, and they are not from the same university. So N and K are not from the same university. So N belongs to university Y. Now if N belongs to Y, I belongs to, and it is also mentioned that M and I belong to the same university. So M belongs to X, M is playing against R belongs to Y. And it is also mentioned P and R belong to the same university. So P should also belong to university Y. If P is from university Y, Q should be from, and L and R are from the same university. So L should be from university Y. So that implies O is from university X, and that completes the set. Now coming to the next set, there are four people of different nationalities living on the same side of the street in four houses, each of different color. Each person has a different favorite drink, and the following additional information is also known. Right, so we are given with 9 statements, and as discussed in the previous video, the concept video of puzzles, whenever there is a possibility of arrangements, don't use ticks and cross method. So consider this to be a question from arrangements only. So here we have four houses, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Englishman lives in the red house. The Italian drinks tea. The Norwegian lives in the first house on the left. So you have the Norwegian living here. The resident of second house from the right drinks milk. So from the right, so this person he drinks milk. The Norwegian lives adjacent to the blue house. So this should be blue. The Spaniard drinks fruit juice. Tea is drunk in the blue house. So this should be. Now, given that the Spaniard drinks fruit juice, this person is already Norwegian. So can we have Spaniard here? No, because this person drinks tea. This person drinks milk. So that's not possible. So this should be Spaniard, and he drinks fruit juice. And we have Norwegian drinking coca. Then what? Coming to colors of the houses. The Englishman lives in the red house. Okay. The Italian drinks tea. So this person is Italian. This person is Englishman. Red house, and the white house is to the right of the red house. So this should be white, and this should be yellow, and that completes the set. Now, whenever you come across these types of questions where there are multiple possibilities, I don't recommend using ticks and cross method, because that I don't consider that to be the most efficient way of answering these types of questions. Rather, read the information thoroughly, analyze the statements, and think on how you can put this data onto paper in a structured way. And that comes with practice. So the key to excel in LRDI section is practice. So if you find this video helpful, like the video, share this video with your friends, and most importantly, for more videos of this kind, subscribe to this channel. And let me know in comments how many questions you got correct. And see you guys in the next video.